Okay, not sure where this will be in the video, but this is a wall from squash. This is my easiest food storage that I have. I put them into cold storage, which is the breezeway from outdoors into my basement. If it gets way cold, 30 below, I will have to set some of the crates inside the cellar, but it's the easiest way. So there's another way that I have, and that's where they'll go, along with those little sugar pumpkins. Some of those will be in there. I'm going to move slow. The next thing, these are water bath canning. I put up roughly 4 dozen quarts of tomatoes for my wife and I each year, and those are in water bath. So there's another way. I dehydrate. Whoops, I moved quick there, I'm sorry. Trying to get enough light. That's dehydrated plum tomatoes. I dehydrated other tomatoes, but this year I'm doing plum tomatoes. So dehydration is another way that I do food storage. I use those, I grind a lot of them into a powder. They can be used in a soup. There's nothing wrong with rehydration or anywhere you use any tomato. You just rehydrate them with water. So there's another way. Moving slowly through my kitchen. This is hamburger. I buy that in. I go to a local farm, Breezy Acre Farm, great place. What's their price? Five something a pound for nice fresh ground lean hamburger. This here is a jar of canned spaghetti sauce. It's got to be cooked down some more, which when I add the hamburger or sausage and mushrooms, it'll thicken it up. I don't put the mushrooms in because I don't have them right now. I usually have to buy them. And that is canned. And I'm in the process of another batch right there. It's starting, I'm just cooking it down some to thicken it up. Then there's always eating fresh. That's for supper tonight. I'm going to put this pound of frozen hamburger in there and probably some macaroni and make a good old-fashioned goulash. I haven't had that in a while. That's pretty good. Now, I'm not going to lift those all off the top, but those are string beans. Those are pressure canned. They have to be pressure canned. Now I also take and make up some soups, and I put them in this size jar. This is pickles, and they're water bath canned. They're just a sweet turmeric pickle. They're very good, and they're water bath canned. I don't have to pressure can them, but I take that style of jar and I make soups, goulash, casseroles, and I pressure can them, and it makes a real quick, easy meal for your lunch or for my wife to take to work with her. That's horseradish. I put that up. I do give it a quick water bath to seal it. I don't have any troubles doing it. That's just a salsa. We use a lot of turmeric. It's supposed to be good for you. Anyway, those are most of the ways that I do dry some stuff. There is some, damn, I can't think of the word of it. Not burdock root, but a root that I dry. I have that a lot. A little mind loss once in a while. There is some turkey tail I dried that's been there a long time. I probably won't end up using it. This lids, that's corn. I thought I had some, I do, it's in those bags. I won't dig them out right now. And I vacuum seal some stuff once in a while. That's dandelion root that I've dried down there. My kitchen's really well organized. Well, anyway, I hope that's of interest to you, Mr. Buckrun. That's what you asked, and that's my ways of preserving food. Dehydrating, cold storage, freezing, pressure canning, water bath canning, air drying. I do a lot of that. Those are raspberry leaf up there. I mean, I want to get some more put up. Those make a nice tea. Give this a stir while we're right here. I like to make these. This can be used. Actually, you can just take and use this as a vegetable sauce or whatever you want. You could actually use it as salsa if you wanted to. But I just find them, they're easy. Grab a jar of that, a pound of hamburger or sausage, throw it in there, heat up some spaghetti, and you got a real quick, easy meal. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. Two quick things I wanted to add to this video. Everything in my sauces I grew, except when I add sausage or stuff like that. If I'm lucky enough and I get a deer and I have it processed and have that, well, it'll be something I hunted. That's not really grown, but everything in this pot I grew right here on my homestead, I guess I could call it. You know, there's nothing bought in that pot except the salt and this pepper here. That was bought. Other than that, everything was grown right here. And the other thing I wanted to bring up was this right here. The other process I do a little of is I do fermentation. I make sauerkraut every year. I try to keep some in the fresh for the probiotic value of it. As you get older, that stuff becomes important. It's pretty easy to make. It's just salt and cabbage. And then you put a weight on your crock. And I bought that little crock. I've done it in glass jars in other years, but this year I bought that little crock. And I'm going to make it in that right off. Hey, thanks for watching.